Away, 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 away. Welcome back to What Are the Odds of Football. My name is Anika. And of course, I'm a Lone Ranger again, just like Bio 04 on top of the Bundesliga, while other people are busy babysitting their top 4, top 6 spots. I'm not going to mention any names, PK. Otherwise, welcome back to the channel. Let us check out what are these odds of football. Ladies and gentlemen, let us start with some exciting title races that you can watch, teams that you can bet on, as we are in the end game of the season. If you check out the championship, that will be the second division of English football. You will see there's a 3-tie race there: Leicester, Leeds, and Ipswich. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. If you know how it's pronounced, you can definitely let me know that. For championship teams, these teams are on form. I know Ipswich are on top of that table at the moment. Leicester on top. They suffered this weekend, while Leeds drew. It's an ongoing process, so you can check out that that title race to see who's going to be in the Premier League next season. And you can bet on these teams. Leicester has dropped form, honestly, but you can definitely bet on these teams if you want to build a sleep. If you check out the Portuguese league, also things are a bit interesting. Sporting on top of that table there. You can also, if you want to, teams that are chasing them are Benfica and Porto. I think Porto is a bit behind though. Porto, I wouldn't say a team you can really bet on that much currently, but Benfica, wildcard, you can put them on your sleep. But Sporting definitely on form. Sporting and Benfica were playing last night. I'm recording on a Wednesday. They were playing last night in the, what is it called? Oh, snap. Forget what it's called. But the Portuguese Cup. And Porto were also playing Vitória in the first leg semi-finals of the Portuguese league. If you also go check out the Dutch league, which is almost also over, Feyenoord on top of that, they're a team that you can bet on. PSV wildcard, I'm not sure if you can find any other team in that league that you can bet on. Again, when I say bet on these teams, I'm not saying you bet and say they're winning. You can play around with them. Under 4.5, I know the championship teams works. Overs with Sporting now and then work. Otherwise, let us get into more business. I want to go out here and talk about the La Liga title race. We're not having any games this weekend. I have no idea. Oh, well, that's because Athletic Club is playing Mallorca in the Copa del Rey. Good luck to both teams this weekend. So I don't know why the whole entire La Liga cannot play. So yeah, that will come back that other week. I just want to ask out there, from Barca fans, Madrid fans also can jump into this. Neutral fans can also jump into this. Is there a chance that Barca can actually catch up to Real Madrid? Madrid 8 points clear at the moment. I know in 2 weeks, only 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks, there will be a El Clasico. We've seen this with La Liga. With La Liga, 8 points does not really mean much, especially for Madrid and Barca. Sometimes you could be 8 points clear, but you have to stay perfect, otherwise the other team could catch up. I really believe though, I know when we come back that other weekend, Atletico will be playing Girona. Atletico having their own problems. They'll be playing Athletic Club. Not will be playing Athletic Club. They're being chased by Athletic Club for that top 4 position in the Champions League. Mallorca when they come back. Madrid will be playing Mallorca when they come back, and Barca will be playing Cadiz. So these don't look like a banana sleep, especially for Real Madrid. Barca, they've been on form, but you never know. Hey, I think as Barca fans, we're still a bit worried about that. And then what I want us to actually talk about is what's happening in the Barclays Premier League. Let me just get my table out here and let us talk about Nottingham. So Nottingham have been docked 4 points for FIFA Fair Play. So they were supposed to be taking 6, I think, 6 points, but they cooperated and then they appealed to say, I mean, we didn't deny anything. And then it was just 4 points, and now they are in that, close to that, very, very close to that relegation zone. I think Luton is the one team. Luton, Everton, if I look at the table here. Yeah, Luton, Everton are the teams, maybe Brentford, but not really, I don't think so, are the teams that could now very cause problems for Nottingham. So Nottingham at 25 points at 17, Luton at 22 points. Everton with the best goal difference amongst the two. Everton have a game in hand. They're 16th. They're sitting 16th. So, but BK always says game in hand does not mean that it's a win. But hey, it's not a bad position to be sitting on for Everton. We've spoken about this points being docked when the season starts, and this thing of having them docked while the season is playing, for me, is a bit of a problem, because who even knew that Nottingham were being investigated? Why are teams now being investigated? Is it because there's these alleged 115 charges against City, and City are probably like, why are we the only ones being looked at? Or the FA itself were like, okay, if we're gonna go for City, let's not go for them only because it is gonna look wrong. I don't know. Why are we not hearing? I mean, City were what is the word called? Accused of the 115 charges. Why are we not hearing anything? There's investigations. They found this. They didn't find this. We should be hearing these things as football fans. Listen. I don't much care about, I don't know if much is even a word, I don't care much about finances when it comes to teams, but finances are a lot. They have to do a lot in football because that's what players are bought for. That's what players make. They make a lot of money. Clubs, stadiums, coaches, the money's always there, right? Would I want to wake up every day and hear that Cadiz is being investigated? Not really, but we want to see it, right? We want to see that it's actually happening. It's in the football world. Not to say that we've done anything, but I mean, we're tired of this. We are tired of this, these allegations, because every time now a team is in trouble, City, BK especially, is always texting me or texting in the group, or football group, like, yeah, Vele, when is it your guys' turn? And I'm not coming at BK on this. I'm not coming at anyone who's really waiting. I think as a City fan, I also want to see some progress. Let's see some progress. Let's see, is it down to 10 charges? Is it down to 50 charges? Where's the investigation? I'm not sure what you guys think about that, but just let me know. I'm not sure who I would call on that. I don't think I'm going to call anyone on that position. But sticking on to the Barclays Premier League, and I think I'm going to call BK on this one. People are calling for Eddie Howe's head, right? And the question is, with what they achieved last season, right, and now being in the mid-table, back into the mid-table, what was expected from a coach like Eddie Howe? We were saying top four, but if we now look at the improvements of Liverpool and Arsenal, Arsenal was already there, so we've got City and Arsenal. Last season, they were already in the top 4. Liverpool came back, improved, right? Spurs have now improved. They were on top of the log for some time. Aston Villa have improved. Okay, I'll stop there. I don't want to say United have improved. We can say they have, but just a little bit. But then what was expected? Are we expecting them to finish, at least in the European spots? Are we saying that they are not going to finish in those European spots? And again, I guess it goes again to ask, what is the plan? Because Newcastle has taken the slower route and not going around and buying players and everything. They've taken the slower route to say, okay, we'll buy as we go. What would have been enough for Newcastle? Is it at least trying to win an FA Cup, trying to win a EFL, which they're both out of those now. So I know we're going to play semi-finals now. Was it to get out of the Champions League group stages, which I think is a bit unfair because their group was it was a lot. They were the smallest team in that group. They were not even expected to do or to get the results that they got in the group. So let me just give a call to BK here and let's see what he thinks, if we can actually get a hold of him. So yeah, on your side also, just let me know what you think. BK.
So.
How's it, Ndadi?
Shapuzi, Ndadi.
Are you busy? 5 minutes?
Yeah, no, I can talk.
Now you're live on the channel, man. Ndadi, I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually talking about Eddie Howe here. And my point is where the fact that last season we had a Liverpool team that had dipped on form.
Sure.
We've got a Spurs that has improved and Aston Villa that has improved. So what if you were a Newcastle fan, what would you be expecting from Eddie Howe this season? What would have been your expectations? What would you be okay with?
No, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Look, I don't think he's dipped into the market and bought enough players for him to be competitive this season. That's number one.
Okay.
Because pushing Champions League, FA Cup, and the league with that squad was going to be very difficult for him. Yes, I think it's Tonali.
Yeah.
He's been out. Was he the one that was found?
The gambler.
Yeah. But there's been a lot of players who were injured. So I would say as a Newcastle fan, what he has brought out of the squad for now, it's fine. Purely because he had so many injuries. Where they are right now, I mean, they're challenging United for that maybe last spot in Europe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. As a Newcastle fan, I'll be 50-50 about it.
Is it okay from a football pundit? Is it expected for him to at least qualify for one of the European competitions?
It is.
Where we are now.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, with what he achieved last season, with the top 4, the way they played, the way they almost surprised everyone.
Yeah.
I think it was expected for him to at least challenge for top 6.
Mm.
But as you say, it shows that the other two teams, which is Spurs and Liverpool, their form was not so great last season. Now, if their form being great this season, automatically now they are disqualified. But I would be worried if I'm a Newcastle fan, because it means if Chelsea next season they get their ish together,
that's another team.
Also, you understand? So now I'm further down the line. When all of these teams sort out whatever they need to sort out, it takes me further and further away from top 4 or European spots. So,
all right.
Personally, I would say they sack him. Personally, that's
BK has been calling for Eddie Howe's sacking for some time now. BK, for our viewers, for our betting viewers, I know that you are a man who likes to bet on corners. Which team right now would you say, Vele, this is the team that you bet on corners? You know, you most likely know that they won't disappoint you.
For instance, today I already have teams that I have corners, which is Liverpool. Liverpool always has a lot of corners. Liverpool always has a lot of corners. Which teams in the Barclays?
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams that will give you corners.
Is it?
There are a lot of teams. Galatasaray is one that always has over 8.5. Gala always, whatever team they are playing against, they always have a lot of corners. I remember Ajax from Netherlands, Ajax as well. They always have
even
a lot
now
of corners.
For Ajax.
Now I haven't been checking. Recently. Yeah. And then Liverpool as well. United will give you corners, and then Everton will concede a lot of corners. I think their defenders are such defenders that when they defend the ball, they don't care if it's a corner. As long as you're not hurting them, you're not scoring, so they are not afraid of conceding corners.
Okay.
So those are the teams that I remember I used to, a lot.
Last thoughts. Nottingham Forest situation.
Oh, with the 4 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna appeal. I don't think so, because I said to you the other day, they were very cooperative with the investigation. Initially, it was supposed to be 6 points. That's deducted, but because they were so cooperative with the investigation, they ended up being deducted 4 points instead of 6, which is still a lot, because now they're in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here, because now you have a Luton, Burnley, and a Sheffield who should go down.
Yeah, those two should go down.
Yeah, but now you throw in a Nottingham in the mix because of this points deduction. There's an Everton in the mix because of the points deduction.
There's Luton,
so it's going to be interesting to see. My stance is, if you violated anything that you're not supposed to violate, the points should be deducted at any stage of the season. I don't care. I know you disagree. You want the points to be deducted.
Hey, beginning of the season.
Beginning of the season. But yeah. On some level, I agree with you that these investigations for all the clubs must be done end of the season, because this is a violation from the 2022-2023 account.
Imagine.
Yeah, so on some level, I agree with you that maybe they should make it a point to make the investigations during the off season.
Yeah, it's like cheating on your ex-girlfriend, and now when you jump into a new relationship, they are punishing you for what you did. Man.
So it doesn't make sense.
All right, now BK, thanks, man.
No, man, thanks a lot.
Oh yeah.
Sub.